Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Pisces. If Pisces is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. Okay, here we go. All right. The last cycle of readings, I have been using different teas. Usually I use the Empire of Cumin. This time I'm using English Breakfast. And it's like got a whole other vibe. The tea leaves look a little longer. So the formations kind of are a bit different, and I've really been enjoying kind of seeing what they have to show. I still really love the Empire of Cumin, plus it tastes really nice. The English breakfast is good too. I did Irish breakfast the other evening, and that was really very tasty as well. Okay, so I just want to talk about the card really quick after I kind of get a look at this. I just want to kind of look at some of these. All right. Okay, so first we have the Princess of Swords, okay? This is from the Thoth deck. As we can see, she's up in the air. She's kind of waving her sword around. There's a lot of movement. It looks like she's on kind of a mountain of rubble, or it almost looks kind of like the debris of maybe the tower. I don't know for sure exactly, but it does look like she is really trying to overcome something, and kind of in this very quick-witted, clever, full of life and energy, kind of touching, has this arm back, so kind of either bear something to help bear her weight, or possibly kind of keeping her grounded, or in a position of kind of protecting that which she has gone out in front of, kind of a barrier to go in and protect. And maybe all of these things are true. It kind of really aligns with some of the imagery I'm already seeing here. So, excuse me. The first thing I see is almost kind of this little, and I'm going to kind of move it this way. It looks like almost a little devil kind of character. On the side, there's the body, kind of hands over here. I also kind of see this other being that almost looks like a skeleton kind of monster. It has its mouth open. These two kind of almost look like they're yelling at each other. Okay, so I feel that there is some kind of conflict happening. Okay, I also see this other third person, and they look like they're almost wearing the robe of an adept, or somebody who is maybe a little more knowing, touching the foot of this being right here, and it looks like trying to get into the situation to maybe calm things, to maybe shed some insight. Okay, so I wonder if you have been recently kind of focused on a relationship that is not necessarily your own. Somebody in your life that you love and care about is maybe going through a difficult time in their own romantic, domestic family relationship. It seems that you have kind of come to the aid of one of the people in this dynamic, and you really have tried to give advice, maybe lend some kind of support. But really, I think that based on these, the kind of vibe, especially this more devil looking one, that you are experiencing at least one of the members of the dynamic as being somebody who is trouble, doesn't have the best interests of the other person. Maybe you just don't like them, you just don't have a good feeling about them. You don't really, they're not your kind of person. Okay. And it seems, and excuse me, I feel that I have allergies going on. I am not going to admit to myself that I'm getting sick. We've been sick so many times from all of these kids that were around. So I refuse to believe that we're getting sick again, but I think it's just allergies. We have so much. I get allergies every year. Usually I don't talk as much as I do now when I have allergies. So I think that my voice is just really having some difficult times. But anyways, so I feel that you're kind of really getting involved in this, this not so great relationship, or an event that is happening within the relationship where they're really kind of going at it with one another. I don't think that this is going well for you, though. I feel that you kind of almost feel like they just are not taking any of your advice. Kind of maybe a situation where this person, and I'm going to say, I feel like this maybe is like your child, and I want to tell you why. It could be your child, it could be a family member, but somebody that you kind of feel like you're mentoring, or you feel very protective over, maybe like a younger sibling, or, something like this. Because here I see this, it looks like in this light, you can kind of see it. It looks like a little goat, like a mommy goat, and then this little baby goat here, or papa goat maybe, but a baby goat kind of jumping up on the back, and you're looking back. And I think that this is kind of a dynamic of somebody that you care for, you take care of, or you have in the past. Now they're an adult, and they're going through this relationship. Now this one, and I don't want to be crude, but it looks like this kind of devil formation of a person. Looks like they're kind of bending over, and you can use your imagination of what's coming out, and it looks like it's headed right for you. So I get this impression that the person in the scenario that is maybe your child, adult child, maybe your like little sister, maybe whatever, somebody you love and care for, they come to you when things are going bad. Divulge all of the drama, all of the details of the arguments, the aggressions towards one another, and so on. You get upset. Of course you do. You want to get involved. You want to put an end to this. Make them see the light, right? It's not working for them. This person, whatever, they're not a good person for them. They might be a wonderful person outside of the relationship, but in this relationship, these two people just bring out the worst in one another. So you get involved. Your child, sister, whoever it is, does not listen. Does not listen. They do the opposite of what you tell them they should do. Then they probably are going to go back to this other person, their significant other, whatever it is, and let them know what you've been saying. Of course, this person's not going to be happy about it, right? Because now you're kind of getting involved in their business. Maybe you've said some things they don't like. And so now it's like, you know, it's going to be a poo-poo storm coming down on you. So, and I'm sorry to laugh. I don't know how to say that without being too vulgar there. Now, I get this feeling that it's really this sense of the messenger, the person, the mediator, the person that's coming in to try to do the negotiations, get things sorted, fixed up, running smoothly. It's just not ever going to go your way. Whatever it is about their dynamic, about these two people, they are in it with each other until one of them finally gets tired of it. They're not going to stop. There's not a lot you can do besides just be there for your person, your child. You can't force somebody to do anything, right? But I think ultimately this is really taxing on you, on your, vitality. Deep down under everything else, it's your energies, the frequency that it brings into your life. What is in your mind? What are you thinking about all the time? Worrying about, the stress. It's taking away from your own relationship, your own household. Just really brings in a darkness that is hard to shake. And now I'm just going to say I don't have an adult child. So, I know how I am with my toddler. So I can say this now from a position of not having, my child in relationships yet. So, I probably would be the same, just right in the mix, trying to fix things for her because I love her and I'm a mama and I want to fix everything. I want her to have the best life, best relationships. And it's hard to know, where do people have to learn and do their own thing so they can figure it out, and like where is it unsafe? Like where are they in a position where it's like truly unsafe for them? I don't know yet. I haven't have not been in that situation, and obviously with other people in my life, friends and things, I've witnessed it. If you have not watched other videos, I talk about this often. I am in recovery. And I have sponsored people and, been involved with helping other people figure some of their situations out, right? And especially in recovery, you see a lot of extreme situations, extreme behaviors, right? So I am not a stranger to having witnessed abuses in relationships, and not even in my own life. I have been in very troubled relationships, so I understand how easy it is to find yourself in that place. And I also have been in a position to witness other people who I care about be in those situations. Now, if it's your child or like a very close family member, there's a whole other, a whole other layer to it. Very deep feelings, emotions about that. So I can say, kind of abstractly, I can muse about it and tell you have to, let them figure it out for themselves. You're running yourself into the ground, worrying about this, getting involved. It may be even, causing problems in your own household, in your own relationship because of the amount of stress and energy that it brings in to your life. But, as a parent or somebody who is in a place of feeling that you, are protective over somebody close to you, I I don't know exactly what you do. But I do know that you have to take care of yourself. And that's really, I think, a lot of where I want to go with the rest of this reading is that now we have a person here and then kind of an angel right here, a guardian angel reaching out to touch the back of kind of this contorted looking figure. And I feel that this very much makes sense to me, that you are feeling emotionally, spiritually, and definitely physically fatigued, upset, twisted up, distracted. Just, you know, from your core, it makes you sick when these things start to arise and get out of control, right? Your blood pressure is through the roof. You're emotional. You just want to get straight to the problem and fix it. And you know, we all have known people in our life, right, that have just outrageous relationships, and you just look at it and you're like, okay, well, if you just did this and this would probably you know, fix this. Mostly it's just get out of that relationship. It's not working for you. But when you're in it, when you're the person in that wild relationship, that ill-matched partnership, it's a whole other thing. You know, it's not so cut and dry. So I think that really your guardian angel, the universe, is looking out for you and really trying to reel you back in a little bit. Get you focused on yourself. Spending at least a day just doing some self-care stuff. Trying to refocus. Really just maybe not looking at the text messages, staying off the social medias, you know, just maybe if you have a significant other, husband, wife, whatever, allowing them to be the person to field the phone calls, the text messages, whatever it is. Okay, so if something does happen, it's not missed, but you're not being kind of, you know, pulled in where things are not as serious. Okay, so, and hello, Pudgy. Here he comes. Let's see. So that, you know, the universe is here for you. They're watching out for you. I see this little piece of love here. I feel that you yourself have a wonderful support. If that is a romantic person, if that's a family member, a good friend, somebody is there for you. Make sure that you're talking to them. Make sure that you're expressing how you're feeling, getting those energies out of you so you're not carrying them around, not letting that stress penetrate you to the deepest level, and you're just, you know, not letting it out. You're just being very stoic and, you know, trapping all of that kind of negative energy within yourself. You got to get some of that out however you can. If it is just talking to somebody, if it's doing other things, this is my big one for when things are just like so feeling out of control. I can't change the situation. I know that there's nothing I can do, but it's still bothering me, is the kind of primal screaming. Okay, go outside. Just go outside somewhere. Even if it's in a parking lot, okay? The people might look at you like, what is this person doing? But just go outside and just from the very bottom of your root chakra, which is kind of in, you know, your groin area, the bottom of your what's it called? Tailbone, okay? From that very bottom, push up into yourself, up through your stomach, up through your chest, up through your diaphragm, and you know, scream, let it out, let all of it out, let it out, and do it a couple times. Do it 4, 5, 6, 10 times if you have to. Just scream it out of you until you can't anymore. I know it sounds silly, but honestly, it helps so much. It really does. You know, I think that it's something that we should all we should all be practicing when we can. Okay, when we can remember, let's go scream it out. Other things you can do, go do some like, you know, chop some wood, go break something down, you know, go have a like little meltdown, break down some cardboard boxes. We all have Amazon boxes and stuff that need to get torn apart. You know, I don't know, just if you are super lucky, and I would be, gosh, this is my dream, doing demo on your house or something, doing some, you know, renovation. You get to go break some stuff down, just destroy it, get rid of some of that aggression, right? Just work until you can't anymore. Take a shower, go to bed, right? Depleted. Just let it all out of you. Sounds really nice, honestly. I don't have anything terrible happening right now in my life, but I'm always down for a little bit of like just really cathartic, like letting it out. In a different life, I should have been in like some kind of like death metal band or grind or something, just so I could just, you know, those like really guttural, like, you know, death growls and that kind of thing. All right, so what else do we have here? Okay, and so we have this, it looks like a person, a little person kind of holding a sun. And I really think that this is going to be a place of getting into some kind of, I feel like you're going to get yourself away from this situation to some degree. You're just going to have to. Okay, and I think that you're always going to be available and supportive, but I think just building some boundaries where it's like, I cannot take every call that is going to be unproductive. You know, I can't hear every little piece of upset and anger if you don't expect me to get involved. This kind of thing, okay? These boundaries need to be set so that you can come back to this place where you are able to really embrace that kind of real strong, illuminating solar power that I know that you really, you know, is so much your natural state. And, you know, we're going into this deep cycle of, well, in the Northern Hemisphere, we're going into May. So we're in this real fertility, a lot of fertility festivals, a lot of, you know, just the seeds have been sown or they are being sown depending on where you're at. And so we're, you know, we're making our sacrifices. We are breaking bread with our communities, with our families, with our peoples, to celebrate the, you know, renewal, the beginning of life starting to sprout. Soon it will be coming out of the ground, right? On the other side of that, it's the harvest, right? Getting ready for winter, and this is in the Southern Hemisphere. And I like to mention both, okay, because I don't want to leave anybody out, and I think the duality is beautiful as well. So there's really this process constantly going on, right? Death and renewal. But right now is such a beautiful, beautiful time to try to take that into ourselves, remind ourselves of that. Maybe even while trying to get yourself out of this place of high anxiety, it would be a good time to enact your own ritual, to find something to celebrate. If there's not already an established celebration happening, which, you know, now at this day and age, you can get right onto the internet and find something going on in your community probably. But if there's not something that aligns with your vision, or you want something a little more personalized, I think it's a good time to just find a reason to celebrate. Go out to dinner, make a nice dinner, have a day where you go wander, go on, you know, an exploration trip into the woods, the ocean, you know, whatever it is. Go, for up here where I live, this time of year is a big time for flea markets, garage sales. Go find something, you know, go on your grail quest. Go find something beautiful, splendid, special, and hopefully cheap, right? That's the wonders of going out to these kind of secondhand events and things. And this is the time of year to do it. Everybody's wanting to get rid of stuff, and you might just find your ultimate treasure for this year. You know, something to really kind of, it's not about the object you find necessarily, but it's about going out and doing something that really just is away from all of the chaos of normal life. Okay, I really love the weekends when we get to go out and garage sale and that kind of thing. Always looking for that sacred, magical object that will find itself to, or find a way to get itself to me. And once in a while I'm lucky and I do find one. So I think it's a good time to maybe go and do something like that. We also have this horse. Is it a horse? Yes, a horse kind of rearing up. And I think that, you know, this is just really that feeling within yourself where it's just, you know, you just really want to, one or the other, get involved, get this thing, go in there, fix this thing for everybody, get it, just kind of drop the axe on it all. But also, I think the same energy, and actually more productive energy, or to a more productive way to apply this energy of this horse, this stallion, this beautiful, strong, large being, you know, full of power, just putting it into doing things for your betterment, okay? Not getting involved in somebody else's journey, especially where they're showing you that they don't want you to really do anything. They might say they do. They might come to you asking for help. But all of that is words, right? It's in the actions. Are they doing the work? Are they changing anything? Are they taking your time and your advice and your love and your care, and are they applying it? And I'm not saying give up on them, okay? Listen to me. I know in these kinds of dynamics, it takes time, and you don't give up on people. You try not to, at least, okay? But you also have to be well. You have to be living your own life as well as you can, to be able to really be there for others in a way that is not going to really just kind of deplete and destroy you as well. Also, I'm a firm believer in, yes, it's wonderful to be able to support and be of service to the people that need it and the people that you love, and within your community, for people who are in need and vulnerable and all these things, of course. But mostly, I believe, in our life, we help people by setting the tone of how to do well with what you have, to be devoted to your own self-work, to show people that it's worth it, to show people that there is a way. You know, we can overcome things. We can heal ourselves. We can, get to heights that we never thought possible, that they don't necessarily know if they could do that. Most of the people that, of course, there have been people in my life who've really helped me directly, lending me a hand and being there for me. And, those people I will be devoted to forever. I will never forget them. But also, there have been people in my life that have really been role models for me, watching how they live their lives in these very honest, authentic, holistic ways, doing things openly, somewhat transparently. We all have our privacy, of course, we need that, but being transparent about how they move through their life, so that we teach others by example how to live. And I think in this situation right now, that's really the best you can do, is showing this person you love. It doesn't have to be turmoil all the time. It doesn't have to be, constantly toiling and floundering and fighting and pain. Okay. And we can show people that by showing them that we live well. And we, just, I don't know, live holistically, close to the earth, with, our heads in the sky, continuing our dreams, our passions, or care for others within limits, though. Boundaries are so important. And this is something I've really learned having a child, is that, they want to be taught things. They want to figure out how to accomplish, how to do all the tasks and stuff. And I would say that, I'm a pretty, we're pretty gentle parents, but I also know that, you have to nourish and foster a lot of development through showing your children some boundaries and some techniques, and how people just live, how people interact, how we treat one another, how we behave with others with care, right? To be gentle with each other, to honor one another. And all this stuff is, it's so important. But it doesn't stop in childhood. We have to be reminded constantly in life. And this is even a silly thing, but I myself, I know that I'm really affected by how, when I witness how people treat one another, how their energies, their attitudes, and I don't really, I don't hang out with people besides my husband and my child, really. Here and there, other people, but not a lot. And so sometimes my ambient kind of not interactions, but my ambient kind of energies I get from people's behaviors, or from things that I watch on TV. And, recently I had been watching a reality TV show where people were, fighting and cheating, and arguing and questioning and it's all contrived and written and scripted and, you know, whatever. But like, I felt myself starting to internalize some of these attitudes and applying it to things happening around me. And it's just so interesting that the things that we spend our time with really color how we feel about things, about how we experience the world, about how we ourselves kind of interact with the world. So we must really try to be mindful, not only like what we're engaging in or kind of immersed in, but kind of like how the environment and atmosphere we create ourselves for others. And, you know, I think that if we could all kind of focus on that to some degree, you know, of course we're human and we have our moods and our, you know, our circumstances and so on. And we can't always be perfect, but if we just try a little bit to be aware of how, you know, others affect us and we affect others, you know, ultimately, and just trying to cultivate kind of a frequency, you know, that might affect others in a positive way. So anyhow, let's look at this really quick. I love this. We have a nice line of let's see, it looks like about 6. So maybe in the next 6 days, it looks like, I wonder if you will be traveling somewhere. Maybe just kind of a short trip. But I think getting out of your regular environment, maybe taking a long drive, going to visit somewhere you find interesting. But I see that there maybe will be a little trip, and I think this will be a nice reset for you. I also see this beautiful little butterfly. Okay, so we really, I think that there's going to be a turn from kind of the conscious efforts with the situation outside of yourself, shifting back into focusing on some of your own self-work and really kind of aiding and saving yourself from this kind of upset feeling, this kind of stress, just all the cortisol and stuff that is, you know, overtaking you at times, and really focusing on just doing your own self-development. And I think that's really going to make things feel a lot better ultimately. Okay. All right, Pisces, I want to thank you so much. I appreciate the time you spend with me. I'm always so honored to be able to bring these messages to you. I hope you all are doing well. If you'd be so kind as to like the video, it helps me get into the algorithm and build the channel. So if you have not subscribed, please think about doing so. You can hit the little bell that will let you know when the next video comes out. Other than that, please leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know what's going on with you. I appreciate it. I love reading the messages. You all are so sweet. And I thank you. We'll talk again very soon.